women's tennis has been at the forefront of all of the movements, equal prize money. At the end of 2023, tennis players were the highest paid women in sports. And so been at the forefront. And so one thing that we want to do as the Women's Tennis Association is to really expand their brands outside of the tennis court. And like, who are these people? Because I think with the NBA, WNBA, there's a little bit more, you can get a little bit more personality and that comes through content and things like that. Because if they lose, they've played a full game and they have a game the next day or within the next 2 days. Whereas with a tennis player, a top player could possibly lose in the first round and then you don't hear from them until the next tournament. And so that could be like 2 or 3 weeks. And so we're trying to connect the tennis players and our athletes and to just the common person's interest. So Vika, she loves horseback riding. So we just put out a horse. We took her to a stable for her to go horseback riding, and we did some content pieces there. We took one athlete to a museum, an art museum, because she loves art, and she talked about her love for art and things like that. And so we want to connect the fans and grow that fan and grow that audience around these players outside of just like their match results, because they are way more than their match results. They have interest, and we want to know and hear about it, and they want to tell it. And so we want to give them that platform, and that's one of the things that we're doing from a marketing and social standpoint to really push them forward as not only athletes but just women in general.
I mean, it is very much following what you would sort of apply if you said, "Oh, here's an athlete strategy." They want, fans want to know that their favorite player is watching the same TV show as them or has a similar interest to them, and then that becomes
Absolutely.
something that deepens their ties to go, "Oh, I'm going to follow, that player," but then now I'll start following their tennis because they are also doing it. So it's a piece that some sports have a hard time, like getting into their personal lives or telling the personal stories of the athlete because it's sort of their brand. But because you've got these individual players and a lot of them, but that you can tell some of these stories, and you would have players that say, "Hey, I want my story to be told. I want to have it, build a fan base for themselves."
Absolutely. Any type of personal nuggets we can pull out. And then learning their interests, we are able to then create custom content around them, right?